Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Larry Bodenheimer, and today we're taking a look at Maxiget. Maxiget is a 32-bit Trojan built for Windows operating systems, and if we take a look over here in VirusTotal, we can see that this malware is actually 11.5 years old. Usually we don't go by the creation time, however, since the creation time is only 5.5 hours before it was first seen in the wild, I'm going to go with it this time. So the creation date was June 10th of 2013, and the first submission was June 13th of 2013. Now, the last submission to this was a little over 3 hours ago. Here's the thing. It will not let me reanalyze this. I have tried 1,000 times to reanalyze this freaking thing. I have reset the virtual machine. I have tried on another virtual machine. I've even tried to analyze the malware on my main machine, but every time I try to, it pops up this verify your human thing, and it will not let me go any further to actually analyze the freaking thing. So there's just nothing we can do. But, you know, the last analysis was 3 hours ago, so it's still pretty recent. If we go to detections, there's surprisingly 14 engines that don't have a signature for this, despite it being 13 years old. So we're going to take a look at the ones that are not detecting it. If you want to see if your favorite AV is detecting it, the MD5 and all that will be in the comments down below, so you don't have to actually go and try to find this on your own. We'll go down here, let's see, OnLamp V3, Acronis, AliCloud, Avast, and AVG don't have a signature for this. That is extremely surprising. CMC, Lionic, Panda, QuickHeal, Tachyon, Trend Micro Housecall, Virobot, and Zoner don't have a signature either. ClamAV and Fortinet also timed out. So for Bitdefender, they have generic variant Baybar. And if we go over to where the heck is Kaspersky, they have not a virus adware Win32. So if we go over here, your popular threat label is downloader.baybar/maxiget. That's not entirely false. I'll get to why I believe that in a minute. Your tags for the video are portable, executable, and overlay. Threat categories is downloader, Trojan, and adware. And family labels are Baybar, Maxiget, and start page. If we go to details, here's your MD5, your SHA-1, and your SHA-256 for the video. Again, will be in the comments. And if we go over to relations, we can see there's two contacted URLs. They're both on the downloadfaster.net domain, which reminds me pretty well of about 13 years ago, or maybe a little more recent than that. Downloadfaster.net's the only contacted domains with 8 detections. Contacted IP addresses, we have 2, one in the US and one in the Netherlands. However, neither of them have a detection. And again, I don't spend much time on behavior on this channel, but as you can see, we have no detections, no MITRE signatures, no IDS rules, no Sigma rules, and no dropped files. And I will get to why that's the case here in a second. And again, if we come over to community, we have Joe Security and Nike Analytics. Go ahead and minimize this now, and let's take a look at the tools we'll be using for this video. We have System Informer, good to go. Process Monitor, good to go. Wireshark, which is good to go now. Actually, this isn't good to go. I lied. And Zooey. We'll go ahead and take a look at the properties of the file. We'll click Properties here. And if we go to Details, it says Download Helper, Application, Download Helper, a really weird product version and file version that immediately jumps out to me and says this is something shady. Copyright 2013, which is pretty accurate for the age. And digital signatures, we've got Catalina Group, probably limited. Yeah, limited on a SHA-1 digest. And it says here, a required certificate is not within its validity period when verifying against the current system clock or the timestamp in the signed file. And if we click View Certificate, the certificate is expired or is not yet valid, and it was valid from the year 2012 to the year 2013. Either way, it was probably a stolen certificate. I don't think it was ever valid for this program, but the world may never know. Now, before we run the malware, there's one more thing I have to do. We have to close Zooey, and we have to close Wireshark. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because this isn't actually a rat, and this isn't a Trojan. This is just a... Well, it is a Trojan. I'm sorry. It's not an info stealer. This is a simple Trojan from 2012 and 2013 when rats, they existed, but they weren't really all that known and weren't very popular. So this is a Trojan in the fact that it hides what it actually is, which is malware. And it's more so actually adware, but it also has things that it does to try to hide what it is, which is why we're still going to be using System Informer and Process Monitor. So last but not least, let's go ahead and get System Monitor ready, or System Informer, and let's run some malware. Do you want to allow this app from an unknown publisher to make changes to your device? Of course I do. So we'll click yes, and we get this little neat window here that says, Welcome to Fred Astaire, a biobibliography. Biobibliographies in the perf full PDF version. You have requested file, Fred Astaire, a biobibliography, biobibliogra, probably feed.zip. And we have a little download button here. Save the downloaded file to C, users, Larry downloads, and we also have a thing down here that says install Delta toolbar, make Delta my default search engine, and make Delta my default homepage and empty tab. Now, if you close this and don't download it, true to what it should do, it actually closes, and the malware doesn't install on your system. So, I mean, if you're looking at this and you're like, it's a little shady, maybe I should close this, you'll be fine. Of course, if you're seeing this today and not 11 years ago, there's probably another issue going on there. But let's go ahead and run the program again. And we will go ahead and click download. So once we do, it says it's downloading it, and it pops up a bunch of stuff down here. We've got a thing with a random name down here and a setup.exe, and we've also got IE, the Internet Low Mic Utility tool for Internet Explorer running down here as well. So the reason I'm actually reviewing this at all is despite this being 11 years and some change old, it still works. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and open the file location for this. Now, I did use this in testing. I know it doesn't delete on its own, so I'm going to leave it there. We've also got this setup.exe, which I did not analyze. So really quick, I'm going to go ahead and open... Maybe I'm not. See, this is one of the things that it does try to hide itself. It closes your Firefox and then reopens it. And as you guys probably saw over there, we also had a My Babylon thing running. And it's using a bunch of the CPU, mostly under services, but it's still got this low mic utility tool open. But let's go ahead and open a few more tabs for VirusTotal. Hopefully it actually lets me reanalyze these, unlike the main program here. But we're going to get those ready, and then we're going to go to... We're going to go to temp, and we're going to drag this over here. And then we're going to go over to this temp directory, and we're going to drag my Babylon TB over here. Oops, wait a minute. No, stop. There we go. Okay, well, take a look at these. This was last analyzed 6 months ago. It's not going to let me reanalyze it. Okay, I don't know why it's doing this, but, I mean, everything with this malware is extremely old, so luckily, everything that we see here, despite being 6 months old, should, for God's sake, should still be accurate. Okay, here's some stairs. Go away. So for this one, it has 26 out of 74 detections. And how old is this? Yeah, this is also 11 years old and some change. Almost 12 years old, actually, judging by the signature date. But this was first seen in the wild in 2012. So this is almost 13 years old. And this is actually the Babylon toolbar, which I'm very familiar with from old malware samples. But you may not be, if you're newer to this sort of thing. This was an old adware thing. You would download something like a PUA off the internet, and it could be a PUA or a Trojan. And whenever you get what you wanted out of it, you may also open your browser and see that you have a new toolbar. So that's what it would do. We also have adware Montiera toolbar. I've not heard of this, but it says My Babylon TB, which you could assume is My Babylon toolbar. And this has... Oh, wait. Let's go to details. That was the wrong one. This was first seen in the wild January 31st of 2013, so this is a little more new, but not much. And it only has 34 detections. So what big companies aren't detecting either of these? Let's go down here. Avast and AVG don't have a signature. Avira doesn't. Bitdefender doesn't. ClamAV. Please tell me Kaspersky has one. I just gotta look really quick. Yeah, they do. They detect it as the Babylon toolbar. But Bitdefender has no signature for it. That's interesting. No point in sending it to them because it's extremely old, but still odd. What other big ones don't have one? McAfee Scanner doesn't. Palo Alto Networks, ClaimAV, Symantec doesn't have one. Sophos, man, a bunch of guys really missed this. Webroot, obviously. And I do understand that adware is probably not going to be on the top of the radar, but come on, guys, these are 12 and 13 years old. This one's undetected by also Bitdefender, Avira. AVG does seem to have one. BCAF Pro doesn't have a detection for it. MCSoft doesn't. Palo Alto Networks, McAfee Scanner. Who else? Symantec doesn't have one, and that's about it. I don't see Webroot. Are you guys telling me you got your butts kicked on this by Webroot? They have the right name. The Babylon toolbar. There's no guarantee it is actually Babylon, but I mean, it's a family label here. Bitdefender got beat by Webroot. Ouch. Okay. Anyway, that's them. Someone's been here as well. Dakoso Sock has been here, and a bunch of people have been here. They're all anonymous, though, except for CRDF, and VX Underground, and Hybrid Analysis. Big yike. Okay, now let's go ahead and open a new tab. Whoa, things are being really slow. We'll go ahead and pause the packet capture as well, or the process capture, so it doesn't die immediately. What else do we have here? What else? Everything seems to have closed. Even the IE utility is gone. But now we're going to go ahead and take a look at Wireshark, or not Wireshark, at Edge. And as you can see here, it does try to take us to an actual PDF book webpage, but with it being so old, it does look like this website has gone down. So fair enough. If we open a new tab, though, it freezes. Okay. It's still loading something. Is it going to be a blank new tab, or is it actually going to bring us to this Babylon toolbar, or whatever the 2025 equivalent for it would be? This page isn't responding. This page is having a problem. Try coming back to it later. Error code out of memory? I wouldn't think so. Oh god, 82% memory. Okay. I mean, we'll try again. Go ahead and refresh. And, oh. I saw it. It disappeared, but I saw it. Okay. I don't know why it's being so rude. But if we try to open Internet Explorer... search bar? No keyboard? Okay, we're not going to do it over there anyway. Search. Why are things not typing? Hello? Enter. Stop it. Stop. I didn't even get to type anything that time. Maybe it's because I have Task Manager open. Hello, can I... Is it okay with you if I search for something? We good? If I type in Internet Explorer, it does seem to still be here. The paging file is too small for this operation to complete. So yeah, the malware does really weird things. I don't know if this is even trying to, like, hide itself, or if it's just built improperly. But, I mean, if we try again... We didn't get an error at all that time. What the heck is going on? Whoa! Hello? Okay, we'll close Microsoft Edge. Things are happening. Strange times are upon us. The Edge just, I mean, crapped out. I'm trying to share the freaking toolbar. So we've got the new tab here, and it does seem to actually not have been overwritten. So we just type, I don't know, Jesse Pinkman Cool Breaking Bad 2024. It does seem to actually be using Bing, and then my browser freaks out. This page is having a problem. Try coming back to it later. So this is why I don't just immediately come out and say adware, because this has definitely done some things other than just download a freaking toolbar to my computer. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look in Process Monitor. Maybe if I restart the computer later, things will be working correctly, because even in testing, it didn't do this bad. So the first one we're going to do is process name is Trinity.exe, and then the operation is going to be create file. We're going to click apply, and it does have 10 million events. I shouldn't have let it run this long, but we will go ahead and let it keep running. Should be done in about 10 seconds. What happens if I just try... I'm sorry, I'm curious. Now if I click search, it just does nothing. Oh. Okay, well, now this is done. We can see we have 479 events. So we'll go ahead and close that and look at this in full screen, because this has clearly done everything that it's going to. We don't need System Informer open anymore right now. Alright, and we have a bunch of DLLs, which is not surprising to me. It is opening the inet cache. It's also opening more DLLs, and static cache.dat, that's in the fonts directory, text shaping, win inet, inet utilities, more DLLs, and it's accessing the language pack. Okay. And what else do we have here? What else? That seems to be about it. It has accessed Microsoft Edge, trying to put that Delta browser that it said it was going to on my Edge browser, but it seems to have failed to do so. I don't think Edge existed back in 2012 and 2013. The fact it did that is interesting, but okay. And it also dropped 2 more files, if you remember. So, and we saw both of them run. So we're going to go over to temp, and we're going to use this one. I got to rename because I won't be able to remember that. Filter. We're now going to try this. We'll click apply. Yes, I do want to add that to my filter, if you don't mind. Come on. Hurry up. Go a little faster. Okay, and as you can see, we got 918 events here, and immediately we're at the bottom, but I saw a bunch of executables. So we've got some dat files with assumingly random names, no recover icon.dat, babylon.dat, be external.dll, HTML screens, loading, nav error, and this seems to be setup.exe and SQLite. We did already upload this setup.exe to VirusTotal, but as you can see, these look like to be things that would actually constitute a search engine. If we keep going, though, we got some HDRs and cabs, 102 Dalmatians help file, okay, setup.ini, adaboo.icon, alife.exe, very interested in that one, but it says the name was not found, and true to its word, it is probably actually gone. H30 docs, Intel NT, ATIV, TTW. I'm not going to read all of these, but install.ini. There's just a bunch of stuff here. Softball.exe, ADV advanced sector migration. It does say migration here. CFML.exe. Just a bunch of nonsense. 300 install. Okay. In inoc IT NT client. And just seems to be a movie.exe. Just putting a bunch of nonsense on your computer and then deleting it. Ghost PE, semantic ghost.msi, Peachtree Office Accounting Users Guide, oil change readme.txt. I have no idea what all of this nonsense is. I saw something with PGP. Or maybe it was pip.exe. Setup2.ex2, okay. I feel like this is just done to mess with people that try to actually open this up. It is extremely funny. But yeah, I don't think this actually had anything to do with anything. This was probably just 0-byte files that were uploaded and immediately deleted, just to throw people off the case, just in case this was ever analyzed like me. Newsflash, Power DVD, bunch of old programs, Camware, setup.exe again. This is probably legitimate. Buster.exe, that's probably not. And then we got some HTML stuff again, setup strings, and then it seems to be done. The last one we're going to take a look at is this mybabylontb.exe. It wasn't open for very long, so I'm not expecting to see much, but mybabylontb.exe. I'm going to click add, apply. We're going to wait an obscenely long time. I'm just going to sit here and pull my hair out, begging for the sweet release of death. Oh my god, it's unbearable. Okay, it's done. And we have 3,000 events, so I'm not going to read through all of these. It does seem to be repeating a bunch of stuff anyway. So we got some DLLs. I'm not reading all of that. System.dll, nsisos.dll. We saw that in the folder. It does actually access Firefox, and it goes to the extensions directory and then search plugins, time.dll, profiles. It's doing a lot of stuff with Firefox. Let's see if it's doing anything with Edge and Microsoft Explorer. That's in app data. Babylon toolbar. It seems that it's all still here, or at least it says it is, but it's not letting me jump to it. System.dll. I'm not seeing anything other than with just Mozilla Firefox. So nothing to do with Edge and Internet Explorer, which is very surprising to me. Firefox profiles, but not seeing anything else. Oh, my arm is going to fall off from having to roll the scroll wheel. And it looks like it's maybe actually just repeating the same checks a billion times. Because, yeah, we're just getting a bunch of the same stuff. So let's keep scrolling. It's in system, syswow64. And it froze. Oh, and we're back. And it froze again. Computer, I would appreciate having my computer back, please. ntmarta.dll, core messaging. And that seems to be about it. We've also got a Java... Hello? My computer's going to die. We've also got a JavaScript file here. Stay with me. Don't you die on me. No! Yeah, we desperately need to restart this computer. Oh, I can't even minimize it anymore. We were so close to the end. I'm going to close Firefox as well. Yeah, as we can see, it's not doing anything else. I don't think it even has any background processes to speak of. I think it's just a one and done kind of thing. So we'll close System Informer as well. Yeah, this is over. We weren't going to get any more information from it than we already have anyway. So let's just close the window. It immediately just closes. And we're going to go ahead and restart the computer. Once we do that, we're going to take a look at Firefox, Edge, and hopefully Internet Explorer, but it wasn't letting me search all that well. And then we're going to end out the video. Simple little Trojan, adds a search bar, breaks some stuff, and hopefully the broken stuff can be unbroken once we restart, but no guarantee. Let's go ahead and open Firefox, and if we open a new tab, we've still got Google. So, oh, okay, I didn't mean to close it. I meant to click the options thing. And that's going to tell me there's already an instance of it open. Close. Shut up. Let's be careful. And let's go to extensions. How do you get to extensions from here? More tools? Extensions for developers, but no. It's probably not bookmarks. Is there real... Oh, here we go. Settings. Extensions and themes. So I feel like this is probably like actual things that you want to add. Oh, that's recommendations. Okay. And I don't... Yeah, we don't have any extensions. So maybe it just gave up? It's possible. We'll go ahead and close Firefox and try Edge. Let's open a new tab. And, I mean, it did try with that toolbar last time, but now it's not doing anything. If we type Jesse Pinkman cool, it is just Microsoft Bing. So even after all that, it failed to actually put the search bar on my computer. The future of Internet Explorer is in Microsoft Edge. Internet Explorer has been retired and is no longer supported. If any site you visit needs Internet Explorer, you can reload it with IE mode in Microsoft Edge. Are you not going to let me open Internet Explorer? No, you're not. How lovely. Okay. We can try again. Oh! Oh! Wait a minute. Wait a minute here. So we've got max start search. This isn't Babylon. This isn't Delta. This is something completely different. If we just type in Jesse Pinkman Breaking Bad Bic Lighter, I guess. Oh, it didn't even let me type all of it in. It takes us straight to Yahoo. Oh, here we go. Babylon. Yeah, so it does actually seem to be done through Babylon search. But it took us to Yahoo. And testing, it used Bing. If we try this again, let's go to a new tab. I know, if we click new tab, it just brings us back here. Let's try again. Nah, it's just using Yahoo this time. Alright, but at least we know that the search bar... I don't know if I'd necessarily call that works, but it's something. So that is going to be it for this little piece of malware. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. It was something a little more unique and interesting for the channel. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment letting me know what you thought was interesting about this older malware. And if there's anything I didn't do that you want to see in future videos, or if there's anything I did do that you feel like is redundant or pointless, let me know that as well. My name is Larry Bodenheimer. You guys have been amazing, and I will see you in the next one.